Hello, and welcome to Lesson 15 from Book 2 of Babette's Quick Start Guide to Theory for Fiddlers. My name is Babette. The title of this lesson is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In this lesson, what we're really doing is building a table. And let's begin. In Book 1, we learned that the most important note in the scale, the first note, is the tonic. But what is a tonic? The tonic is the center of the music, the tonal center of the music that you're playing most of the time. When you're playing in a mode, you're not playing tonal, but modal. The other pitches are hierarchically centered on the tonic. The tonic is home. The next most important note we learned was the dominant, the fifth note or degree of the scale. Music often modulates from the tonic to the dominant, giving increased tension. The dominant feels a little restless and needs to go home to the tonic. The tonic is usually the last chord of the piece. The dominant is the chord leading to it. Then we learned that the next most important note is the subdominant, the fourth note or degree of the scale. Why do you think it has that name? It is called subdominant because it is the same distance below the tonic as the dominant is above it. But you knew that because of when we learned about the subdominant in Book 1. Sometimes music modulates from the tonic to the subdominant, which doesn't have quite the tension as when it modulates to the dominant. We also learned in Book 1 that the 1-4-5 chord progression is a very important one. In this book, we learned that the second note or degree of the scale is called the supertonic. That name should be relatively easy to remember. Supertonic is above the tonic. Often, the supertonic is part of another very popular chord progression, 2-5-1. We also learned about the submediant in this book, which is the sixth note. The submediant is the third degree down from the tonic. The submediant is another important player in chord progressions like this, 6-2-5-1. Now we're getting to the two we haven't covered, and I'm only mentioning them here so you'll know what they are. The first of these is the third note or degree. Based on what you've seen in this lesson, can you guess what it is called? It's the mediant. Yes, it's the third degree up from the tonic. So now we know that the mediant and dominant are up from the tonic, and the submediant and subdominant are the same distances down from the tonic. And the last one is the seventh note. This note is called the leading tone because it leads to the tonic. Sing it! Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Pardon my singing. T has to go to do. Now let's play it. So let's grab your instrument and we're going to play a G major scale. Into the playing position, let's start with open G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. It has to go to G. It leads to G. It is the leading tone. Did you think that the seventh note might be called the subtonic? Well, if the seventh note is flatted a whole step away from the tonic, then it is called a subtonic. Here, listen while I play that. that subtonic does not have to go to G. There's any number of notes it could have led to. But in a major scale, the interval is only a half step, and so that seventh is called a leading tone. Well, here's the worksheet for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And all you have to do this time is to complete the chart that we just talked through. So here we go. We'll start with number 1 that you knew from the beginning, which is the tonic. Then we'll move to the 5th, which is the dominant. We'll then move to the 4th, the subdominant. Okay, now for the newer ones. The 2nd was the supertonic, because it's super to the tonic. And the 6th was the submediant. Only have 2 left. Where does the mediant go? Well, that's number 3. And we end with the leading tone. Thank you so much for following along with me on this lesson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hope you liked it, learned a little bit of something. Most of these are not words that you will hear every day, but it's good to have an idea if you do hear this word, to know where it's coming from. Thank you again. We'll see you for the last lesson from Book 2. I'm excited. Until then, bye-bye.